Carrie and Tommy will launch in just a second to brighten your day. With CommBank Yellow, you get discounts and exclusive experiences, more recognition for you, and benefits for your business too. Say hello to CommBank Yellow today.
It's the one and only
Carrie Bickmore.
And Tommy Little.
This
Is Carrie and Tommy.
Yeah, welcome to another Carrie and Tommy podcast. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Just flicking through another issue of Runner's World.
Are you subscribing to Runner's World now?
No, I just picked it up at the airport. No biggie. A travel and a run.
So here's a question. Is there enough about the world of running, and I know we are training for marathon, to produce a magazine? Is this monthly?
It's bi-monthly. May, June, this is.
Wow. What other ways can they talk about? Give us a headline for your running.
Oh, fantastic. I'll just go through some of the stuff on the front. The no sweat speed hack, that's one. This is where I
You
picked
should
it up.
read that one.
A beat injury plan for older runners.
Oh, you should read that one too.
Sorry, I got that one for you, Carrie. 9 good mood foods. Also got that one for you. And 30-minute fitness, 5 super efficient sessions.
Oh.
There's not a lot in here, but I like carrying it around.
Soon you're going to be wearing like fluoro. Because, you know,
What?
runners, they often look like they've got like little fluoro vests on so they can run at night. And they've often got fluoro shoes.
Oh, you reckon he's getting a head torch and stuff as
Yeah.
well?
Oh, are we doing trail running in the middle of the night? I'm still, you're trying to convince me. I think this is pretty rich, seeing you're the one that's trying to convince me to wear a camelback.
Everybody's going to need to wear a camelback.
Camelback? Camelback.
Camelback.
You
Back.
look in your magazine.
When I did Great Wall of China, you mocked me for the fact that I wore a water dispensing backpack, but it was so hot and I filled it with hydrolyte and it was hard to get fresh water, and it'll be hard to get fresh water in South Africa as well. So you'll need to hydrate. If you're doing a marathon, you can't do a marathon without drinking anything.
No, I plan to drink, but there's drink stations on the way.
But can you just drink the water on the side of the road?
I think so. Can't
Nah, you need gels and a camelback. I'm
Gels
telling
and
you. And I know you think they look horrendous, but
I
you
don't
got
think
to.
you even. I was telling you to train with gels before the Great Wall, and you
I did.
refused to take my
I
advice.
took gels. I had lots of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just
Why-
worried they were
why
going to
are you
make me
pissed off
poo.
about this?
No, I'm not. Do I sound pissed off?
Yeah.
There's something about your mood today that's
Really?
it's just irritating.
That's the shrill alarm if you have just joined us. We have
Anyway.
no control over it. It just sets off once Bickers hits a certain
Where's the alarm for
tune.
your mood?
Yeah, we've got it. It's installed. It just hasn't gone off yet.
Anyway, up next, it says Tommy Toy.
Yep. So it's toys for adults. I didn't know there's a whole movement. It's nothing dirty. It's weird. And we've got to talk about it. That's next.
Carrie and Tommy.
For your Thursday Arvo, it is Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little for the drive home.
And this will sound dirty, but I promise it's not, so don't change the radio station. The headline is Adult Toy Trend Taking Over Australia. Because do you know what I'm talking about?
We're not talking about anything for the boudoir.
Nothing racy.
Okay.
Well, that's not how it's intended anyway.
Is it Pokemon?
No, it is not Pokemon, but that's a pretty good place to start. What do you know about Labubu's?
Labubu's. I know about Labubu's because my stylist, Elliot, I posted a pic with him. I went to Fashion Week with him yesterday, Sydney Fashion Week. People think we're now a couple. It's cute. Apparently, someone on Instagram told me I was batting.
That is cute.
It's offensive.
Oh, sorry, that's offensive.
Anyway.
But he's a good-looking
he's
young
a
fella.
good-looking rooster that's not batting for my team. So I'm batting for the wrong team.
Maybe you could turn him.
Maybe.
It's quite a bit. I know him. That's a big turn.
It's a massive
That's
turn.
a big turn.
But he, I think, has Labubus on his like briefcases and stuff. He started carrying them around.
And he's not a straight man.
He's started carrying them around like the little toys hanging
little
from.
toys.
And I've seen them all over kids' school bags and
Yep.
stuff.
They're little toys that have a devilish grin on them.
Yes.
And they're going off their absolute rocker, but they're not the only things. Jellycats. Do you know about Jellycats?
Jellycats. I've been giving Jellycats to newborn babies for about a decade. They're not new.
So, Bickers, did you know there's now... this whole article is about adults just frothing over
Soft
toys.
toys.
And particularly collectibles.
Right.
So they sell Labubus, they're lining up outside from like 3 a.m. to get the new release of them
God.
in the morning. But also Jellycats, they've released these food ones, right? They look like croissants and stuff like that, like cute croissants, cute avocados and things like that.
Evie's got the avocado one. She's obsessed with avocado.
Well, they've made stores, and these are mainly for adults. So there's a Jellycat diner in New York. There's a fish and chips in London, and there's a patisserie in Paris. And producer Sammy's about to show you a video. You can buy your Jellycat, and then they pretend to cook it up. So then you slam it down on the grill.
On the
right?
grill, and
so
then
you
what
buy
happens?
a Jellycat burger. Nothing.
Oh, and
Nothing.
then they're rolling it around in a tin as if they're cooking
Yeah.
it, but they're just pushing around in a tin of soft toy.
Yes, but then the person who's cooking it screams, "Ow, it's hot! Oh my
Oh
god!"
no! Right, and then what happens?
You just take your toy, go home.
Oh, you can't eat it or put toppings
I mean,
on
you
it.
can if you want. It's eating a soft toy.
That is what.
But why?
What's
What's the
the
cooking
world come
part?
to?
It's just part of the theatre.
But they're not actually cooking it.
No.
They're just pretending.
Yeah.
So it's just like playing make
playing,
believe
yeah.
games like you would as a kid, but adults
Yeah.
are going in there and
It's a
doing
bit
it.
of fun, isn't it?
But are Jellycats like a pretend pet? Like, are they like a soft toy pet?
No, the
no,
one
no,
that they
it's like
just
a burger, but with eyes.
it's a soft toy burger.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But a
But then they'll be
Jellycat
like-
originally looks like a bunny almost. You can get Jellycat bunnies and Jellycat where you could give them, like as a baby's first toy, you get them at like when you go to a hospital and there's a
Right.
newborn baby downstairs, there's always a pharmacy and they've got Jellycats out the front because they're really soft.
Well, Jellycats are expanding because they're really an empire taking over.
Wow, I wish I'd thought of these things.
You still can.
I never thought to get soft toys and cook them on a stove.
They haven't done drinks. I don't think they've done drinks.
What do you mean?
I don't think there's Jellycat drinks. There probably is. Is there?
Oh, there
No,
would be.
Damn it.
No, I
Thought
need a
was in.
whole new thought.
What about sunglasses made out of something edible? So when the sun goes down, you don't have to worry about going to the pub and losing your
Oh my
glasses.
God, you just eat them.
You eat them.
That's a great idea. So they couldn't be chocolate or anything because they'd melt in the sun.
That's true.
It would have to be
But
something.
they could be
what about
chocolate
like
if they had
toffee
a
or
candy
something?
coating, like an M&M.
Licorice. I do like licorice, but that's not for everyone. That's good. We'll think about that.
13 10 60. Here's what I want to know. Are you an adult that's into collecting kids' stuff? Because I reckon there's a whole world out there that I don't know about.
Because remember, Rove used to collect Pez dispensers. You know those little
Really?
Pez things? Yeah, I think his little daughter now has them.
Really?
Yes.
13, this is perfect. 13 10 60. Give us a call. Are you an adult that loves collecting kids' stuff and think it's fun? I'd love to hear about it. Give us a call.
Carrie and Tommy.
For your Thursday Arvo, it is Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little, and later on this afternoon, you could win a year's worth of free cleaning.
Yes,
Oh, how
that is pretty
good
exciting.
would that be?
And you could use that cleaner to clean up all the toys that you got lying around your place, because I did not realise that it is a whole trend at the moment for adults to collect kids' toys, such as La Boo Boo.
Do you know
that right?
celebrities? Yeah, Labubu.
And
a lot
Jellycats.
of celebrities have talked about collecting kids' toys.
Like what?
So Jerry Seinfeld, why can I speak? Jerry Seinfeld has a Hot Wheels collection.
Does he?
You know the little miniature cars?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Quentin Tarantino collects board games and retro toys. Tom Hanks connects. What's happened to me? Collects typewriters
Okay.
and vintage action figures.
Who was that?
Tom Hanks. Mark Hamill collects toys of himself.
That's so funny.
And Leonardo DiCaprio has little action figures as well. He likes vintage Star Wars and He-Man action figures.
Something for his girlfriends to play with. It's fun.
Funny.
G'day, Carly.
Hey,
Do you collect kids something?
I do. I've got an obsession with Jellycats, like you were talking about. So my daughter was born a year ago, and then I didn't know what they were. So I bought her one, and then I was like, oh, my God, I need them all. They come in all different sizes. We have, like, a little octopus. We've got, like, Bartholomew Bear in a robe.
Do you have any of the food? Any of the food ones, Carly?
No, I don't. I just like all the different animals. So we've got, like, a monkey, the dog,
Oh,
the
I
bear.
didn't know they had different animals, Carly. I only knew like the bunnies.
Yeah, no, they have all different animals. We have a dog. We have a giraffe and a lion.
Hold on. The
Sorry.
things I've been giving kids, are they cats or are they bunnies? They're bunnies, aren't
So,
they, with the long ears? Yes.
Yeah, but they're just called Jellycats.
Jelly cats. Okay. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
checking that I've not been referring to it as the wrong animal.
How many do you reckon you've got, Carly?
I reckon nearly 30.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
And when did
even,
they
like,
cross over from being your kids' toys to your toys?
Probably after I bought the first one. I was like, these are adorable.
I'm trying to
And they
find...
have bigger size ones. They're like...
They're
they
not
get-
cheap,
get so
Carly.
pricey. No, so I bought like, I think a medium-sized one. I think they're like $600.
Well, Carly, I mean, that's heaps. I'm trying to find out how many Jellycats there are, and it's hard to find. But on their official website, there's 902 different items.
Oh, my God.
That's insane.
Because a smaller one, I think they're only like 70, not only, but they're $70, not 600. I feel like. I feel like I'm not buying anyway. Good on you, Carly. What about you, Amber? Amber, are you collecting kids' toys?
I am. So I'm a little bit new to the trend. And last year we went to Disneyland in Japan, and I thought it was quite weird that all of these adults were going around with all these key rings and toys hanging off their bags. And then I bought one Labubu, and that was it. It was like an addiction.
How
I've
many
never
you got,
been
Amber?
a gambler. I've probably got now about 20.
Yeah.
And
them.
how many would you rock at once?
Only 2 at max, but my most disappointing moment is I have all of them, and I bought my friend who wasn't able to get one, and I said, here you go, you can choose which one you have. And she got the secret. So in every Labubu collection, there's one secret, which is much rarer to get than all of the other ones. And
I
they
hate when you
people
accidentally get your friend
resell
a good
them.
present.
I know, right?
How much for?
People sell them for like $300, and they cost $32.
And have you never got a secret one yourself, Amber?
I haven't yet, but I'm not giving
Can you
up
swap it
now.
out? Did you tell your friend it was a secret one? Because surely...
No, you
like-
can't tell. They're mystery. It's like gambling, and I've never been a gambler, but you don't know what you're getting until you've opened the box.
But she knew straight away that she got a special one?
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants the secret one.
Oh,
Amber, one of our producers is saying the rare Labubus cost up to $3,000.
Yeah, so you can get bigger ones that
Right.
stand, which one of my friends said she bought one for about 10 years ago, which is now worth $20,000.
Whoa.
You got to keep them all in good nick, though. I'm terrible. Mine get dragged around in the car and in bottom of handbags, like my toys.
Your Labubus.
No, like when you have like old vintage items. Like I got a Cabbage Patch Kid when I went back over to America a couple of years ago because I had one back in the day and I found matching one from when I was little. And I thought I'm going to keep this sort of intact and see if in another 20 years it's worth. It's had its hair cut out, pulled out, coloured.
What are you doing?
Not all me, but like the kids play with it, they
sure.
plait it and they give it a fringe and then before you know it, it's worth nothing.
And before you know it, you've got drunk and spewed in your handbag and there's a toy at the bottom of it and it's
A
trashed.
Labubu crying out
Yes.
for help.
G'day, Christy.
Hello, how you going?
Yeah, pretty good. What are you collecting?
Well, I don't collect anything, but my husband is obsessed with Lego.
Easy.
Gosh, that you'd have to remortgage the house for that, Christy.
Yeah, I think I'm estimating that he's probably spent about 40,000 on Lego.
Oh, my Lord. But I can't.
That's just the Star Wars set, that is.
Yeah.
It's so expensive.
I don't know. He not really into Star Wars. He's got a few pieces, but more so, he bought the Titanic because it's one of the largest sets that you can buy. He's got ones that you Bluetooth to like an iPad or an iPhone, and it moves.
Oh.
So,
Where does he
like
set
a
them up? Does
dozer.
he have a special room or like on the
So
kitchen
he-
table or?
It's we've got in our garage a special table set up for Lego.
Are any of them would you have made money on any of the collector's item ones?
Oh, probably not yet, but he keeps telling me that they'll be worth lots of money one day.
But once they've been opened, are they worth the money? I thought they were only worth something if you keep them intact.
I'm not sure, but he has kept the boxes and all the instructions, and I don't know if he's planning on doing something. But he tells me that they're a investment and that our son needs them, but he
Needs
builds
them.
them.
How old is your
Yeah.
son?
12?
And is he not allowed to build them?
No.
And Christy, is this a cute couples thing you do, or is this just hubby alone?
No, that's just him. I don't get into it, and I ban him. So when he's reached a certain quota for a year, I tell him no more. That's it. Your year's quota's done. And then he has to wait until I let him buy more.
That's so funny to think there's a Lego ban in the household, and is it on your 12-year-old? No, it's on my husband.
I know, but what would you do, Christy, with the 40K? Like, if you had 40K,
Ah.
what would you spend it on?
Probably a holiday and renovate my bathroom.
Yeah, see, that's something he can enjoy too. See, it's
Exactly,
the difference between
yeah.
men and women. Men pursue selfish pursuits. Women, she'd share it on a
build
family
a
holiday in a
a
new
bathroom with Lego.
That's true. And also, meanwhile, she's just fixing one room. He's got a whole ship.
That's going to go down.
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
Be Thursday afternoon. It's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little.
What was the thing when you were a kid
Yeah.
that you used to think was a treat or something a bit exciting and you realise growing up you just had a sad childhood?
Well, there was so many things that I didn't get. Like there were kids at school that got chocolates and stuff in their lunchbox, and I never got any of that stuff.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. I guess the reason I bring it up, and this might prompt your thought a bit more, was the other day I bought an old school container of vitamin C's, you know, the little vitamin C suckable orange things, and I was sucking it down and it's already making my mouth do that funny thing when you can taste the sour.
The spritzing.
Is that what it's called?
Well,
Spritzing?
I don't know, but you know, at the back how your little glands go nuts.
Yeah. Anyway, and I said to my kids, oh, you should have one of these. Like
These are sick.
And I gave them one and they're like, oh, gross. And Evie was like, it tastes like hydrolyte. And the other was like, it's disgusting. And then I said to them, what do you mean these are delicious? And I looked at them as they looked at me and they were like, aren't they vitamins? I was like, yeah, it's like good stuff. It's like to boost your immunity and stuff. And I realised because I never got lollies as a kid, vitamin C's were like a lolly to me.
Yes.
And I was when I'd get my daily vitamin C, I was like, oh, whereas my kids, that I can't trick them. They've had lollies for years. I remember when my son had his first Easter egg, I think it wasn't until he was 2 or 3 that I let him have chocolate.
Yeah.
We went on an Easter egg hunt in Melbourne at the Werribee Mansion. And you meant to go, you go with all these kids out into the
one
field.
of those huge ones.
Yeah, and you meant to run around and get them all, but he'd never had chocolate. So he got the first one, tried to eat it. I said, you can eat that with the wrapper on. And then I explained you have to unwrap it. Right. And then he just plonked himself down and slowly devoured the most delicious thing while everyone, I'm like, you could get more of those. But he didn't care because he just had the one, right? But then subsequent children, you know, Addie was pretty much feeding on, you know, chocolate milk from my boob. Like that's how early subsequent kids get exposed to stuff like that because their older siblings give it to them and all that kind of thing. Anyway, the other example one of our producers mentioned that I used to have as a kid too was butter menthols.
Oh, yeah.
I used to think they
100%.
were such a treat.
Yeah. Well, I've told you before on this show, my nieces, I remember the first time they tried ice cream because for years they weren't allowed ice cream. And instead of ice cream, they had frozen peas.
That's just...
And they loved them. They'd get a little cup of frozen peas for dessert.
God. Your sister's
such
a good
You know how
mum.
often it's like eat your greens and you'll get dessert? This was eat your greens
and you'll get more greens. 13, 10, 60. What was the food or the thing you had as a kid that you thought was like a treat and you realise now was just your sad childhood? Give us a call.
Carrie and Tommy.
Here's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little. And on 13, 10, 60, what did you think was a treat when you were a kid?
Yeah. We're talking about how depressing my childhood was, that when I'd have a vitamin C tablet, I thought of it as a treat, as a lolly, and then I tried to give it to my kids recently, like, oh, have one of these. And as we all sat and sucked through the sour taste in our mouth, they were like, ugh. And I was like, these are delicious.
I back you up. I reckon they are good.
I don't think they're good if you were to compare them to a lolly, which I
definitely
often
not
did.
compared to actual lollies, but yes.
Katie, what did you used to think was good when you were a child?
Okay, so I'm probably going to have to make a psychiatrist appointment after this because I thought I suppressed this memory so far back in the back of my mind. Worming chocolate blocks. My parents were so broke that I thought it was like the bomb diggity when they would give me this chocolate. Turns out they were just trying to stop their kid from getting bum worms. But
God, they were delicious.
Yeah, were they, Carrie?
Well, I don't know. I do remember, like you, because I had a similar childhood where I thought vitamin C tablets were delicious. But I also remember, Katie, I will never forget the day my mum had to check my bum for worms, and as she was checking my bum, I was laying face down on the bed. I farted and
oh my gosh.
Then worms came out my butt.
No.
Yeah, I'll never forget my mum going, oh my God.
Can you fart out worms?
I just think two things happened to happen at once. But yes, there were worms crawling in my butthole.
Oh.
I thought it was like
Katie,
you couldn't see them and you could.
I didn't know you can. Do you need it? Because it's a light, right?
I don't know.
Isn't it
I can't remember what she was using.
I've just
because I only farted because she had to separate my butt cheeks. It was involuntary. It wasn't on purpose.
That doesn't make you fart.
It does.
Separating
I
one's
reckon
butt
if you lay
cheeks.
down now and got Eli to separate your butt cheeks.
That was such a late pivot to be like, get Eli to separate.
Oh, I don't want to separate your butt cheeks. No, you can't separate your own because you know it's coming, so you'll clench.
Oh, so it has to be a surprise.
Separation.
Someone's got to surprise you. Like,
Oh, this is a fun little game to set the traps amongst the team.
Beck, what did you think was a treat as a kid?
It was more that I am a mean mum, so my children had crystallised ginger and dark chocolate as their only lollies up until they were about 4 years old.
I mean, nothing says party like crystallised ginger. Beck, is crystallised ginger, is it crystallised because it's like in sugar or something? Is it sweeter?
Oh, no, it burns you. So when the people at the fruit and veggie store, when I used to let my children eat it, they'd be like, oh, don't give it to your children, it's going to burn them. But they were good by then. They were fine with it. They still love it now.
Did they like it? They do.
They're here now. Did you like it, guys? Yeah.
Oh, cuties.
Yeah.
So I remember Beck, because when I had my son, I didn't give him a lot of lollies or chocolate, but we used to give him a lot of dried fruit because we always, like growing up, we were taught dried fruit was good for you. But then he'd often have teeth problems. And the doctor said, does he eat a lot of honey and dried fruit? And we were like, yes. And they said, because the dried fruit doesn't wash out of your mouth, it sticks around your teeth because it's so sticky. It's actually not a great treat for your kids to have. So those little packets of sultanas and stuff that kids have, they eat it. And especially if they eat it like as a late night snack, if they've had dinner already and they're a little bit peckish or they have it and then sit at school, it just sits in their teeth. So if you're to give your kids that, they need to brush their teeth pretty soon after.
It's always good to learn.
Otherwise they get decayed.
Yes. Good. G'day, Andrew.
G'day, how are you guys?
Yeah, pretty good. What have you got that you thought was a treat?
So my dad used to have really bad heartburn, and he'd have these little sachets that he'd pull apart, and they were chocolate flavoured, and he'd give me the end bit. So if he was ever eating a meat pie, I'd be like, give it 20 minutes and I'm in.
So he'd give you just the dregs of his heartburn.
He'd give me the dreg of that, like little tear apart sachet, and I'd get the little corner bit, and it was chocolate.
Oh, God, this has been a depressing chat, Andrew.
Carrie and Tommy.
You know when you discover late in life, God, am I late in life? Anyway, midway through life, that
Are you late in life?
Am I late in life?
No, mate.
No, to discover this, I think, is late in life. I'm the age that I should know better.
You know
that
when
I
you're
think
slow.
I have been brushing my teeth wrong my entire life.
Did you forget to say wrong then? What happened?
I don't think I've been brushing my teeth.
Ever. Yeah. Wrong. Such a weird boy.
I had a friend stay the other night. And
sounds sus. Sounds real sus.
They pointed
Why
out
did you
to
sound
me.
so sus then?
They pointed out to me.
You're allowed to have a man stay, Carrie.
They pointed out to me that perhaps I brush my teeth in a peculiar
You've
way.
made this so weird.
Okay, so I've been using the purple.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
I've been using the
Was there
purple
more than one?
toothpaste.
What are you
and my
doing?
purple toothpaste ends up around my entire basin, over the edges and on my clothes and on my towels.
From spitting.
And he said, why is there purple toothpaste all over your towels? And I said, from wiping my mouth. And he goes, but why are you wiping so much of the toothpaste off your face? And isn't the toothpaste in your mouth? And I said, what do you mean? You show me how you brush. And he brushed very different to me. So I'm going to brush my teeth right now.
Happening?
Can you get your toothbrush?
So
and
many
your...
questions and none of them.
Yeah.
No one cares about your toothbrushing.
I want to know whether my friend
No,
brushes
we've
his
got
teeth
questions.
differently
Your
to
friend.
me.
I
He is
wouldn't
my
know-
friend.
I wouldn't know what my friend.
He was my friend.
We're just
It
friends.
was web guy Eli.
It was web guy Eli.
It was web guy Eli
I don't
was
think
staying
that
the
sound
night.
makes it better.
We're allowed to have male
Is
friends,
that
mate.
helping?
Anyway, and so this is how
Did
he
you just
brushed
pick the
his
gayest bloke in the room to say it was?
It was my friend, but I'm just not going to name
All right.
him. But it was my friend. Anyway, so listen,
it wasn't
can
web
we
guy
not concentrate as in just do your thing and brush your teeth, and I'll do my thing and brush my teeth, and then we'll compare notes at the end.
Whose toothbrush is this?
That's a fresh one.
It's the friend. Oh,
My
that's
friends.
the friends.
I'm just going to use this toothbrush.
It's brand new. I bought it's from a pack of 5 new ones.
Pack of 5? How many friends are you expecting?
Guys, stop interrogating my life.
Stop being weird about it.
Okay, you need some toothpaste. Okay.
You are the most easily flustered individual I've ever
No,
seen.
I just knew you'd ask me about things. You're going to make things
about
seem...
the interesting part of the story.
No, you were going to make things seem something that they weren't, and I was already tired by your interrogation.
Let's not talk about Carrie's escapades in the boudoir. Let's talk about how she brushes her teeth. You're right. Sorry for distracting from the real
If
stuff.
I told you about my escapades in the boudoir with this man, you'd be very disappointed because he's a friend. He slept in a whole different room. So that's how boring those escapades were.
You're full of it.
Let's go. Ready? Start brushing.
Who was it? So what am I doing?
Just brush
Harry's
your teeth.
My
brushing.
teeth.
Okay.
Why did he even stay over if he slept in a different room?
Because he's my friend. My friend's allowed to stay over.
This
Harry
is
brushes.
such
Okay, now
a
this is
lie.
actually getting interesting because Carrie brushes her teeth
What are
so
you doing?
aggressively.
You look like the Joker.
It's like you're trying to.
This is what I mean. I'm so confused.
Are you exaggerating this now, or is this how you
No.
actually brush your teeth?
This is why I've got
No wonder he slept in another room.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't sleep in another house.
Actually, he probably had his own house. I'm still thinking this story's a lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I go, and then I get my towel.
Just for everyone.
oh my God.
Imagine, you
Get my
imagine,
towel.
imagine like honestly, imagine the Joker, but instead of red, it's white from the toothpaste.
Yeah,
And
like
then
there is so
I
much.
go like that, and I've then
the
it's
towel.
gone.
On the towel.
Why?
What's wrong? What did I get wrong then?
You put
So much.
clearly like way too much toothpaste or something because you looked like you had rabies and you were foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen to.
Do
sorry,
yours.
that doesn't
You
hap-
do
I-
yours.
I have.
Where's your toothpaste?
Yeah, I put
his
it on the
mouth.
thing and
Why is you don't have toothpaste on your lips and outside?
Yeah. Didn't you say this happened to your friend?
But why don't when you brush the front there?
Because
you
I didn't
don't-
squeeze the whole tube in. I guess
But I didn't. I feel got it all over my.
it's halfway down your toothbrush.
So
my
is my
God.
issue I'm using too much toothpaste?
I think it's everything. I think
Yeah,
it's a
there's-
combination of things.
Yeah.
It's the
Did
amount
I-
of vigor you
Yeah.
brush with.
Okay, so just a bit
And
more.
you don't need to deep throat the toothbrush.
Okay.
You shoved it right to the back of your.
And the hand
Okay, so
action
how
is
do I
just so
keep-
aggressive.
And also, you're gripping the whole toothbrush like,
Yeah.
like you're going to shank yourself over and over in the mouth with it.
How do I
Like
keep
you're
the
fisting
liquid
the
in your
handle.
mouth?
You actually can just use. Yeah.
Yeah, don't have a death grip on it.
Okay, sorry, I went to go.
What's happening now?
It's too aggressive.
It's
over.
all too
Yeah.
aggressive. Even when you're trying to do it dainty, it's like a psychopath. who's-
Are you breathing?
Oh,
or are
at
you
Carrie's
doing-
Tommy show on the socials if you want to see how
sorry.
not to brush your teeth.
Hey,
I don't know. That still ended up halfway down your
can I
cheek.
go- I think I worked
Oh.
out my problem. I can't. Okay, because I've got I had a locked jaw once, and my jaw doesn't open very wide. I think I can't get my mouth open enough to keep the moisture and the brush in my mouth.
Why can't you just brush them slowly?
But also, yeah.
Oh, are you brushing them with your teeth together?
Well, at
doesn't matter.
some point you probably would.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, but you've just used all your toothpaste. There's not
Yeah,
enough.
maybe it is a toothpaste issue.
I think
But that's about too much
That's
the
better.
second time. Yeah.
that's better.
It's still all around your lips. So back to this friend.
Carrie and Tommy.
For your Thursday afternoon, it is Carrie Bigmore and Tommy Little.
With CommBank Yellow, you score even more. More recognition for you and benefits for your business too. It's their way of thanking you for banking with CommBank. Ongoing eligibility and T's and C's apply.
Carrie and Tommy's live for free.
Carrie and Tommy's Live for Free.
Now that we've got Carrie and Tommy's live for free.
How good's this? Because you don't have to lift a finger around the house. Well, there's something, but cleaning is not one of them. You can cross it off your list because we're going to pay for a cleaner for a whole entire year.
So we've got some great people who have registered. One is a cleaner herself who's like, I spend all day cleaning other people's homes. I'd like my home
pretty
cleaned.
good.
We've someone else that said they've got a household of allergies, so they have to have the house permanently clean,
Mm-hmm.
and to have someone else do that work would relieve so much of their pain. So
As
great
someone who
entries.
is wheezy myself, I get it.
Well, the first one we're calling now is an asthmatic herself.
Oh, that's me.
Shall we see if she answers yellow?
Yellow.
Yellow, Becca!
Hello, yellow.
Is this the bad asthmatic we're talking to?
It is.
Hey, Rebecca, I know it isn't easy being wheezy. I'm also a bad asthmatic, and it's nice to speak to someone else in the crew.
Oh my god, my cheeks are so red.
Hey,
That's a great slogan. It ain't easy being wheezy.
I don't want to brag, but I came up with it.
You should use that. You should be the face of asthma
you-
puffers.
There's no money in it. They've asked me. There's no money.
Literally?
Yeah, there's no money.
Why do you bring out?
Because it's not for the pharmaceutical brand. It's for like the. Anyway, I should have thought it'd be good for humanity.
Yeah.
Hey, Becca, let's have some sexy asthma chat. What preventer are you on?
Oh, I'm on 3 different preventers. And I'm in hospital. Yes, I'm actually in hospital every single year, for 2 weeks every year for my asthma.
Oh, that's not good at all, Beck. That's serious.
No, it really is. I've got COPD, so chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So yeah, I'm in the Calvary. Like my health fund, they hate me because I'm in there every single year. But yeah, it's not nice.
A year's worth of cleaning would hopefully help keep your house clean and free of any dust mites and nasties that exacerbate that asthma. So good luck, Rebecca.
Completely amazing.
There are only four people in it to win it, Beck. We are going to call you back tomorrow, and hopefully we are saying the words, "You've won a year's worth of free cleaning" to you.
Oh, I would love that. So answer the phone yellow again tomorrow.
No, you've done the hard bit now. It's just down to chance.
Excellent. Oh, yes, please help me.
We will we'll speak to you tomorrow. With CommBank Yellow, you score even more recognition for you and benefits for your business too. It's their way of thanking you for banking with CommBank. Ongoing eligibility and T's and C's apply.
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
We've got to talk Taskmaster, the show that you've been in for weeks now. We're up to, I don't know what episode, but only a few left, yeah?
I think there's about 4 or 5 left until we find out
Can we
who
get a
wins.
rough count on how many things you've stuffed down your pants?
12T?
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, Jesse, because I hadn't fully watched it, a proper episode.
Good supportive friend, thank you.
And I did watch it the other night.
Wonderful show.
And it just struck me.
Critics are raving.
How differently you play the game to everybody else.
Thank you.
Very sexual for what I thought was like a family-friendly kind of game.
I describe it as lateral thinking.
How did
Sexual
Waka,
thinking.
the other
No,
comedian,
lateral.
describe it?
He said, "You're so horny."
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why are you so horny?
And so I got one of our audio guys to go through the whole series.
Which one?
I was going to say one of our producers, and then I just don't get stuck on my words. Audio guy Jez, he's also the boss of our show. I got him to go through and count up how many weird and inappropriate things you did across a few episodes.
There won't be much here.
And I just feel like there's more to you than what you're giving. Have a listen.
Is going down my pants? Absolutely. But it is not going up my ass.
Accidentally gone up me.
It's in your undies, isn't it? What makes you say that? Do you think I would put it in my undies? Yeah. If I put ice down my pants, is that television?
Oh!
How do you feel? Like a genius?
This is already the second time in this series that Tommy Little's solution has been to jam something up his arse.
Oh! It's not up my ass. It's not up. It's on my gooch.
Pineapple penis drop, go!
Oh.
Pineapple penis drop, go!
I don't know how wild Lisa McCune is, because she might be like, well, everyone's going to shove this up their ass.
Oh, yes!
I'm just going to tape them to myself, Tom. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I feel like that's not the first time you've had to strap stuff to yourself.
I can't just get an erection on.
Oh, my God.
What's the most cliche thing you think I would wish for? A bigger dick?
Can I say the show has been moved to prime time, 7:30 tonight on Channel 10.
So what, do you encourage kids to watch before or after? Well, parents to watch before or after they put their kids to bed?
No, it's family-friendly fun. My nieces watch it, love it. Yeah.
Have they seen you stick all those things down your pants?
Yeah. Kids, actually, it's kind of my hitting zone. Like, they find it really funny. They do.
Right?
Yeah, they do.
It feels
I played
very
this character.
one-trick pony,
I played this character called Malcolm with no middles, and he had no middle fingers. And my mates' kids, they keep sending me videos, and they're like, "My kids will not stop being Malcolm with no middles," and they keep sending me videos of the kids doing this.
Wait, they actually must really love it as well, because they'd have no idea what that's referencing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, because Malcolm in the Middle would be too old for them. As one of the producers just pointed out, your Malcolm does sound a bit like Rod Stewart.
Do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah.
I didn't make the link between Malcolm in the Middle and No middle fingers.
They really are your peers.
I'll be honest.
What do you mean?
Because he just had no middle fingers. The task was you had to have character
So what did you
without
call
a
him?
finger. Malcolm with no middles. And he'd get frustrated because like if he got angry at the umpire at sports, he'd go like this and he'd have no middle finger to put up because he was trying to retrieve a frisbee
Well, that's
from
funny
under
because it's
a
normally
discus.
Malcolm in the middle. Yes.
That's what Jesse said before, yes, but I didn't get that reference. There's not layers to this comedy. It's pretty straight up and down.
Taskmaster, 7:30 tonight.
Get around me.
On Channel 10.
Carrie and Tommy.
So we're constantly trying to find new and creative ways to talk about and promote the Big Five, which is the run we're doing in South Africa.
Yes.
And one of the producers came up with this awesome idea that we start doing some runs where when you see what run you did on Strava, it's the shape of an animal or the letters, the Big Five.
Good stuff. Yes,
Yes,
it
good
is
stuff.
wonderful.
Although he did send through Sammy. Actually, Sammy, can you come and step up to the
I'm
mic?
here.
You
Yeah, hey
sent
guys.
it-
Hello. I'm a bit nervous about
You
this.
sent us one that I did think was a rhino, but it was meant to be an elephant. So sorry about that. But it's very creative. You did these back in the day, Tommy, and you did the shape of a
penis.
Yes, classy stuff. How long did it take for you to get that right?
What do you mean? Is
Was
it
it
to
hard?
do the run or, hey? It was a sprint. No, how dare you? I was being optimistic. It took me, as in how long was the run?
Yes. No, like as in how long for you to map it out? Because it's quite a tricky thing to do to get the streets right to then make it look like the thing you're trying to...
Mine was quite an easy shape to
Was
make.
it? Okay.
Yes, it was essentially,
So it
was
wasn't
basically
that hard.
a rocket ship.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially.
For the kids playing along at home.
So, Sammy, what challenge did you set for us to do? You wanted us to run through the botanical gardens in Sydney to the
Yes.
shape of...
A lion.
Yeah. So we went out after the show last night.
hobbled.
And you spent... How many hours would you say you've spent on this now, Sammy?
Overall, probably 3 or 4 hours. But for the
Mapping it out.
lion was a shorter 3.5K run, so only
Yep.
about an hour.
Okay. So this was us as we get into the gardens last night. Hey.
Hello. Sorry, I'm studying.
So our producers have set us the challenge of trying to run in the shape of a lion's head, obviously, as an ode to the Big Five.
Yes.
You've got the map. That's dangerous.
I'm trying to... Ooh, it's a scary line.
It is night time because we're going after our show. It's not my preferred time to run, but
I'm happy to be here.
let's see how we go trying to do this run in the shape of a lion's head. Apparently the mane's a bit tricky. All right, so we're pretty excited, pretty pumped.
I was feeling optimistic at this point.
Me too.
Sorry, I wasn't. I was so sore from my run that morning. I was hobbling behind
You'd done 21 Ks in the morning. And normally I run a lot slower than you, and it felt good last night because I was so much faster than you.
I felt like every muscle was going to tear with every step. After saying optimistically to you, I think this will be good for me.
Sammy, I don't think you spent enough time planning our run because...
I would say like top line.
Yes, top line. And for
Top
me,
line?
it was my run of the week.
Top
so
line.
I do a short run and a long run each week. And it was the only time I could fit in my short run. So I was killing two birds with one stone or two lions. No,
Yeah,
with one
Don't do
ball.
that on the run.
And there, no.
I mean,
lions,
if
one
it's going to
stoner?
be them or you, one stoner, that's very good.
And then we took about 3 steps and then we hear a siren. And then this is what happens. Oh, no.
I've got good news, Carrie.
Yep.
I found where we're meant to do the start of the line from. I've got bad news.
Yeah.
The Botanic Gardens is closed.
Yeah, these gates here, we cannot go any further.
You can jump them.
We can't jump them.
Jump 'em.
I've never jumped a fence.
Carrie,
We're
jump
not
them.
breaking into the botanical gardens.
Jump them.
Okay, look. So
Imagine
much
if
for
you
doing
ended
our
up
lion's
in,
head.
Imagine if you ended up in jail for trying to run a lion's head.
There was literally a guy in a car with a siren kicking everybody out that was there out, and we couldn't do it.
It had shut hours ago.
Yeah,
Did
Sammy.
you check, Sammy, what time the gardens were open?
That's not my job.
What do you
I
mean?
did the heavy lifting to
How?
make the
Whose
art.
job would that have been?
You two. You've got to do something around here.
We were the runners.
We're doing the physical activity. You're just sitting behind your desk like a fatty. You're coming on this run with us. You should be actually getting some of this training done with
All
us.
right,
you know.
send me to Sydney. I will happily do that run.
Oh, Sammy, how is your training going?
It's actually slowed down since I signed up. not doing
Because
too
Sammy,
well.
what we've worked out, so Sammy's coming along to be our digital guy. He's going to film us along the way. And what we've worked out is he's got to get a bit of everybody. So he's going to have to go back and forth, like double back all the time. So he's not doing one marathon. He's probably going to cover like 2 marathons over the course of one marathon. And yet
Carrie,
his training's
is
gone
he getting
backwards.
everyone?
What do you mean?
Sammy, is your goal and your aim and your job to get everyone?
That's what I've been told. Even James, Ned Brockman's manager, called me the other day and he was like, hey, I heard you're doing the run, you're doing the filming. Are you able to help film Ned? And I'm like,
how are you going to get Ned?
You have to
At
keep
the
up
start
with Ned.
line, surely. You get him at the start line.
Surely there's a way, like those ones, the guys in like that get caught in the London Marathon hopping on a bus and then bussing it to the other end. Surely you can just jump on the back of an animal and get to the other end.
Well,
and
Cara,
then
I
film
think
us at the finish line.
I know you lied about the elevation to the actual people
I didn't
taking
lie.
part.
I didn't know it was elevated.
But you also told me that there might be a bike available for me, and that has not come to fruition either.
No, I forgot that.
How are you going to get anybody?
Also, you got to go up a massive cliff face. I just realised you wouldn't be able to get a bike up there. How's Sammy going to do this?
Well, I think he's just getting you, Carrie.
What if you run backwards?
That's
a better way to go. No, not
because you're
run
still only going to
backwards.
get people at one point.
Yes, but at least you'll get everybody if you start at the finish line and run
But
towards us.
But you'll get just
everybody
at one
once,
point.
and then
But-
when you get to me, just stay with me,
But yeah, it's just getting you. I think you're just getting Carrie, Sammy.
and then you'll get me for the whole run. The Carrie show.
Carrie and Tommy.
So if you've ever seen or been, which I'm sure you have, the bored boyfriend while your girlfriend goes shopping, you are not alone.
don't think I have.
80% of men said they dislike shopping with their partners.
I'm
That's
all
a
for it.
lot. Do you go shopping with your partner?
Yeah, in a hypothetical world, you just always say yeah. Absolutely, I love it
But then why did you say you don't think you have?
because I'm just never bored. I'm fascinated about going into shops
After shops.
and having to comment the same thing on every outfit that you
what
come out of the
what do
change
you go
room.
with?
Babe, they look so good. Like honestly, I don't think anyone else could pull that off. But you look unbelievable.
Do you go
choose
with that
between
with
the two? Just get
every
them both.
single one?
Hey, yeah,
Every single outfit?
yeah.
So then don't you need to vary it? See, when I was a shop assistant.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to look
You-
at your next outfit?
You got to vary it a bit.
want me to look at your next
okay,
outfit?
yeah.
Whoa, that is. I thought the last thing was good, but maybe it's just you. I think anything would
Oh
look
my
good
God.
on you.
That would be so frustrating. That's why girls prefer to shop with their
Do
girlfriends.
anything right, Tommy.
Anyway, how long do you reckon it is before boyfriends get bored of shopping? They hate doing it, but they've got a little window where they're okay until a certain minute mark, and then they're all
I reckon
out.
it's before they even go.
I reckon 20 minutes.
26 minutes is the
Whoa.
average time a man can go shopping before he gets bored of their partner.
I've got ADHD, so it kicks in a little sooner.
One
they
in
get
four.
bored of their partner.
No.
Not even bored of shopping. Bored of their partner.
1 in 4 admitted they've abandoned a shopping trip and gone home alone after becoming fed up. But what I was going to say before, and guys, you should try this. When I was a shop assistant, and I used to win shop assistant of the month all the time.
What'd you get?
I worked in a, you get to spend money on their clothes.
Yeah.
I worked at a surf shop, and the girls had come out of the change rooms in bikinis, and I learned if you're a bit honest, right, then they trusted you more, and then when you showed them one that looked really good, they believed you, right? So even though most shop assistants just go, that looks amazing, I'd say, it's nice, but I don't know if it's as flattering in whatever bit it wasn't as flattering. I said, hold here, and I'd go buy them another outfit, and then if it looked good, I'd go, see, that looks amazing.
But were you lying?
No. I'd just be a bit more honest. It'd be a bit brutal.
But what are you saying?
Harry was
like you were
negging
good.
them to get a better sale.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand what you're saying.
So I'm saying if you're shopping with your girlfriend, don't just say everything looks good because they're not going to believe you.
Carrie, have you ever tried mildly insulting your girlfriend on a shopping trip? You don't get to the next item of
Well, there you
clothing
go.
if
To get
say,
you guys out of the
"Hey,"
shopping.
Say, babe, I'm
You'll
gonna
be sent home.
Yeah.
Carrie and Tommy.
Across Australia from 3 till 6, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little.
Because I want to take you to the Belgium coastal town of DuPont.
Oh, I've never been there.
You haven't?
Never been to Germany.
Well, sorry?
Sorry.
I've never been to Germany.
Why did you say that?
Because didn't you say you're going to take me to the German, coastal town, Germany?
I said the Belgian coastal town.
I think German does have a bit of a
Does it?
coastline as well.
Trying to do the geography in my
Yeah.
head. Anyway, I've never been to Belgium either.
Oh, well, that's good. It's a confusing way to start. Would you like to hear what the Belgian locals are discussing?
Sure.
People think seagulls are annoying things, but in fact they only take care of the little ones, and they are very protective.
Some people hate them. They see them like rats of the sea because they can pick open rubbish bags, because they screech a lot, they make a lot of noise. But the contrast is that they are an essential part of the seacoast, so you need to balance that. We need some more sympathy for the seagulls.
And so what do you think's going to happen, Carrie? They're defending the seagulls, so what do you think they're going to do?
So is there a possible cull on the way or something? Why? That they just got so many of them? Or people trying to get rid of them?
No, these guys just want to defend them and basically big up the seagulls. They're often maligned seagulls.
A giant picnic on the beach and allow them just to go crazy and not stop them eating the food.
Let's see if you're right.
Competitors flocked to Belgium on Sunday to compete in the 5th European Gull Screeching Championship.
Oh my God.
The competition aims to rehabilitate the public image of the essential coastal birds, who are often seen as public nuisances.
Yeah,
it's a seagull competition where you have to screech like a seagull.
Yes, it is.
Not the sound of a seagull is bad enough. Imagine someone making the sound of a seagull.
You're the one that needs your attitude changed. And 60 participants from 14 different countries took part in the contest.
I'm less interested in how many people took part and how many people came to watch.
Oh, because why are you finding negatives in this?
Because no one's going to come and watch an hour of people going,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is actually pretty good.
Why does it also go for an hour?
Oh, it'd take that long for everyone to get out their squeals, at least a minute each, and there's 60 of them.
I reckon it'd be longer.
Do you reckon?
Sure. Yeah, these events always go for like 4 hours.
It certainly feels like a lot longer if you're there.
Far out.
Do you want to hear a compilation?
Oh, not really.
Well, here it comes.
How did you get the audio from my Saturday night?
How many people are there?
No, I'm versatile.
What's that mean?
I got lots of different noises in my repertoire.
Oh, is that just you? Well, it's funny. It's funny you mention that because we do have just you.
What was that? Was I not even trying to be a seagull?
No. Years ago, we gave away $10,000 on this show, and you made these noises.
Oh, no, that's actually from your Saturday night as well.
Follow Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little on socials at Carrie Tommy Show.
Bye.
Bye. Carrie and Tommy love a good deal, and CommBank Yellow has plenty. Cashbacks, discounts and exclusive deals. Just for banking with CommBank. Say hello to CommBank Yellow today.